Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Let's first make sure the audio is okay. Nope, don't play the advertisement. But give me a minute to quickly set things up, and I will get started with this flight. It's fictional, but alright, Project Fly has started. And there you go, you can see Project Fly is displaying our route on the stream. And let's do a quick sound. Our route on the stream. Okay, I am a little loud, so let's make this a little quieter. Okay, I am a little loud, so let's make this a little quieter. Okay, I am a little loud. Okay. Let's not loop over and over again. Alright, so let's get out of Twitch. Open Chatty. Open up Project Fly. Resize it a little. There we go. Oh, that's as small as it goes. Alright. We've got our flight plan all set. Alright, so this is only my third time in the TFDi 717, so you will have to bear with me as I try to continue figuring out how to fly this thing. It's under the badge of Boeing, but it really does show its McDonnell Douglas routes, which obviously I'm not familiar with because I mostly fly Boeing. But without further ado, so here we are in the TFDi 717. If it's still some performance issues, TFDi knows about it. But it's just barely bearable, so apologies for any stutters, but TFDi knows about it, and that's all we really need to worry about at the moment. So they're very good about their support. So anyways, preparing the aircraft. Alright, so we have to first set up the fuel. You won't be able to see the screen because I can't capture my desktop since OBS is currently running off the GPU, and your screen is powered off the CPU, so it can't talk in between. So, but anyways, our total distance is 376 nautical miles. I'll add a little more so we have some extra fuel, and use calculated fuel. And payload, we'll say we have 134 passengers, full flight today, so why not? And then put some cargo up. Say we have 1,400 pounds in the front and the back. So, ooh, you could see the aircraft sunk a little. And the fuel is sent. And that should be all we need for fuel. Let's move the controls around. I just love how the middle part stays in place on the yoke. It's a very McDonnell Douglas feature. Alright, let's head into the documentation. So we did set the fuel and the payload, and now we are going to start the APU. So first we're going to make sure our parking brake is set. There we go. And then we are going to turn the battery on right here. The animations in this aircraft are pretty smooth. I love their switch animations. And then we'll put the start pump on, and the APU master runs start and on. There we go. It didn't want to go back by itself. It's okay. Let's pull open the tablet. And let's put some cones out. Let's look outside. You can hear the APU spooling up. Look at our lovely sun. You can see the AirTran. I don't know if you can see it or not. Hopefully it's captured by now. Yep. Alright, but you can see the AirTran 747. That's good. Alright, so now that the APU is on, we can go ahead and set the APU gen, I think is this switch. So now we'll click on the right. You guys can hear it. Turn that volume down. It does get a little noisy. Start pump will turn off, and then we'll switch the APU air on, and then the galley power will also switch on, and at this time let's click on some lights. Navigation lights go on, the logo lights go on. I'll leave the ground floodlights off because they look a little weird too, so, and I don't know if it's really necessary. Set this to right only. Oh, there's the stick shaker test. It's running through a bunch of self-tests right now. Beacon light is off, nose light is off, landing lights are off, high intensity lights are off. Let's do some backlighting. I love how smooth this is. It's like the lighting that comes on, and how you can, like, just look at that. That's real light technology at its best. I usually like having the backlights on, so that's why I'm turning them off. But because it makes the dials and everything a little easier to see. Alright. Next page, system tests. Alright, this will take me a while. I know the last time I did this, it took me forever, so bear with me. But since I've run through it once before, I should know where everything is. So, auxiliary hydraulic pump on, hydraulic transfer on. Let's open the hydraulics page right here. We have 28,000, yep. Alright. Switch those two back off. TFDi. That's the one switch I know I always have trouble finding. Oh, right here.
Glide slope. Pull up. Terrain. Pull up. Sink rate. Pull up. Terrain. Don't sink. Too low, gear. Too low, flaps. Too low, terrain. Glide slope. Bank angle. Too low, terrain.
Hello, PX artist.
Caution, terrain.
How are you today?
Terrain. Pull up.
I don't know if you can hear me. Let's hope you can. Alright, so that test is over. I just realized this switch, you can pull it without pulling the switch guard off, so future note. Alright, emergency power test. So both fuel switches are off. Emergency power to arm. There it is, arm. And then let's make sure power test is going through right now. And it went off, so that means everything is good. Wing detection test. Ice test is right here. There we go. Make sure it passes. And yep, it says it passed. Perfect. Now let's hold the fuel quantity test. That's not it. Should be on the fuel panel. Ah, there it is. Says for 5 seconds. 3, 4, 5. Oh, that's the fuel system. This is the fuel quantity. But alright, let's open the fuel page. Total fuel is 9,000. That's not right, but it's because right now it's not quite right. But alright, unlock the gear handle, and it displays red. Alright, so let's lock it back down. That sound is so satisfying. But oh, there we go. It's a nice sound. Hello, Slow Cool. Welcome to the stream. Alright. Now let's do the stabilizer trim test. So this is the config, and verify yoke trim moves stabilizer trim. Yes, it does. You can see the numbers are going up here. Enable stab trim inhibit. Off. And it's not working, which is exactly what we want. And make sure this one does still move it. And yes, it does. Alright. Stabilizer trim test is over. Alright, TCAS test. Move it to test and throw it back. Make sure TCAS shows up, which it doesn't, actually. Right, because all the displays are not working right now because we haven't calibrated them. So we'll do that later. Alright. Let's test the oxygen mask. How are you doing today, PX artist? I can't find my Discord window. Oh, there it is. Okay, let's test the oxygen mask. Let's get closer so we can actually see it. Alright, it's working. Turn it. Oops. There we go. Alright. That one's good. Oh, the lag is real. How's AP? I have 2 more to go. So, one on Tuesday, one on Wednesday. So, alright, captain's side is good. Oops. There we go. So all the oxygen masks are working. Alright, so let's do a imaginary walk around. So it's just, oh, that goes away. That's a little odd sometimes. If you look away too much, it disappears. So it's a bug with the scenery. But so just ignore that. We'll just look around the aircraft, make sure nothing looks out of place. Which so far doesn't seem to be the case. Let's check the wing. Make sure there's no ice on it. Very shiny, as we want it to be. A little dirty, but that's okay. All these are clean, lights are working. Static dischargers are not broken. Make sure nothing's in the engine. Seems to be clean. Keep going around. Make sure nothing's in here as well. Make sure all this is nice and clear. Nothing odd, that is. Obviously it's not simulated, but why not get into the habit of doing a walk around? Because sometimes I fly A2A aircraft, and those ones you actually do have to pay attention, because you might find a random towel stuck somewhere. You might as well take off and your engine suddenly dies. Or you forget to take off the pitot covers, which I've done before, and you can't even tell how fast you're going, which is a little nerve-wracking. Everything seems to be nice and clean. Alright, we're back at the front. Let's head back inside. Alright, where's the emergency lights? There they are. On, and the cockpit lights turn on. Alright, so we'll flick that to arm. Alright, let's test the cargo smoke alarm. Ooh, what did I do? That's not what I wanted to do. Alright. Alright, so here's the cargo smoke panel. Press and hold down the cargo smoke test.
Cargo smoke.
All of these light up.
Cargo smoke. Cargo smoke.
And we go to the
Cargo smoke.
Oops. Air display, and there should be 12 arrows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 8, 12. That's 4. Alright, we can turn that off. Alright, let's move to the air conditioning panel. If you are using an air source, which we are, which will be the APU, so let's set the ionization valve to open. Oh, there we go, that's open. And set the left and right packs are off. Oops, nope, turn it off. Alright. Ice protection panel. So let's set the windshield anti-ice to on. Alright. Let's test all the lights. This is such a satisfying function because on this aircraft you can see it kind of fades in and out, which is really neat. It's not like, it's an old aircraft. These won't necessarily be LED lights, they're probably incandescent lights of sorts. So it's really cool how TFDi simulates that. So let's light up the whole aircraft as a Christmas tree. Make sure everything's lighting up. Every warning we could possibly need. Make sure there's no burned out bulbs of sorts. Alright, that's good. Looks like everything's working, so passenger signs. Let's flick the no smoking to on. Seatbelt signs to on. Alright. Flight control panel is not here. Oh, duh. I think they meant... Okay, so on the Boeing, or normal Boeings, this is called the mode control panel, but here on this Boeing, it's called the flight control panel, which is this set here. Alright, so we don't have anything set yet. So, with that, let's set up the computer. So it's time to program the MCDU. So let's go to this handy dandy interface here. FMC1. Everything looks good. I think this cycle's out of date, so we'll ignore that. We are going from, let's see, CYYZ to Kilo Mike Delta Whiskey. And I already Project Fly imported a flight into the computer for me, so we'll take the pre-entered route. Okay. And our flight number is TRS, or Citrus. TRS 410. This is a completely imaginary flight, so. And while we're doing that, let's set this up. Oh, excuse me. So 4, and a 1, and a 0. Alright, costing us of 87. That's a pretty high number. Alright, this will dial up to flight level 340. There we go. Let's, what was I going to do? Oh, I forgot a step, I believe. The altimeter, let's set them by just using the shortcut B. A little too lazy to tune to ATC. But let's align the IRSs, switch this to nav. And nav. Alright, so now I have to make sure the plane does not move at all. So, initialize IRS. It looks like they already aligned. They had plenty of time to align themselves anyway. Or actually, this one hasn't. Your navigation display. So we'll let that itself. IRS in the line, right? Okay, that's exactly what we want. I believe our alternate is Kilo Delta Tango Whiskey. So, we have that set. Alright, now we'll go to the next page, and using our handy dandy tablet, we can take note of these numbers. It tells us load statistics. Yeah, right there. So our center of gravity is 22.3%. which goes right here. Oh, that's the wrong. It's the wrong number. Oh shoot. I'll just enter it later. Our takeoff gross weight is our gross weight on that screen, which is 123.7. Take off gross weight. And our zero fuel weight is 112.1. Oh dear. Okay, well that's a problem. So I entered the wrong value in the wrong place. Let me look this up. Some clear value. Let's try this. Let's try re-entering everything. So Charlie, Yankee, Yankee, Zulu, / Kilo, Mike, Delta, Whiskey. Nope. Ah, I screwed myself over. Why did I do this? Alright, well, we'll... How do you... That's odd. I can't delete it. This is slightly embarrassing. Could I change it here? No. No. What if I change the cost index? Would it? Okay. What if I did that? Format error. Entry out of range. Entry out of range. Why is this FMC so difficult? Format error. Format error. Zero fill weight out of range. Out of range. What? Okay, you know what? This is kind of cheating, but ready to start. Alright. So you never saw that? Where was that? It was slightly embarrassing. I actually... How do you clear it? Though, that's the real question, because what if I do it again? To re-enter everything again. Alternate kilo, delta, tango, ski. Return, flight number, T, Sierra, 10, page. Alright, let's pay attention this time. 22.3 is the center of gravity, which goes here. I entered that wrong already. Gross weight, 99.7. These are not the right numbers. Okay, there we go. Those seem right. 18.8. Gross weight. 111.1. Which goes into this one. Zero fuel, 99.4. There we go. Now it's... Ay, ay, ay. Oh, that means I have to redo this. Ay, ay. Feeling it. Alright, let's go to flight plan. Said we'll take off from... Okay, I guess I do have to listen to ATC. Which is 120.825.
Toronto Airport Information Alpha 1729er Zulu. Wind 09er 1 at 8. Visibility greater than 20 miles. Sky conditions. New clouds at 1,800. Ceiling 9,500. Overcast. Temperature 12.0. Altimeter 3010. ILS. Runway
Okay. So, landing and departing, runway 6. Just pick runway 5. And then our first waypoint is... Hey, can you hear me? Make sure that my microphone is working. So Leicester, we need a mix up to departure. Oh. There it is. Oh, I just missed it. Mix up 5. And then we transition to Peto or Lindry. No such thing. So we'll just insert it. So runway 5, we're going to be 1,000 above. We have a vector. So let's go straight to mobile. Like that. So we take off this way, we'll make a right turn, head to mobile, and keep going. Alright. So let's go to the takeoff page. We'll do flaps 13. Let's see, winds are at 8, so slope is 0. Because in P3D, you can't have runway slope unless you're a really good scenery developer. Oh, I don't think I entered that right. That's crosswind. Okay, let's just say there's no crosswind. Outside air temperature is 12 degrees Celsius. Check and confirm V speeds. Alright, so our V1 speed is 133, VR is 137, V2 is 143. Let's dial that in. It's a very low speed. Okay. Let's go to flight plan. 10,000. Okay, so we'll go just straight up to that. And we are ready for departure-ish. Let's go up, set that up to flight level 340. One thing we should do is put this into plan, open the flight plan, and let's make sure we have no discontinuities like we have right there. Glad I checked, because oops, that's too much. Can't see anything. Next. Next. And then we'll figure out our arrivals as we get closer. So, back to the map. This goes to takeoff. This we'll put on, what is it, progress. Head back to here. Head on to here. Alright, let's test the fire warning. This will be fun. Fire your test.
Fire right engine. Fire left engine. APU fire. Fire right engine. Fire left engine. APU fire.
This is very,
Fire right engine.
very verbose notation or notices. Okay. Verify parking brake is pulled out. Let's test the takeoff warning. So,
Stabilizer.
right?
Slats.
Check.
Flaps.
Right.
Brakes.
Okay. That's all we need to hear. Okay. Stabilizer trim. We need 4.7, so let's tilt it up to 4.7. 4.7. Fuel pump switches. Right aft is on. Radios are set. We don't need the weather radar because it doesn't work. Because I don't have the right add-ons. Let's make sure our trims are all set, which they are. Let's check the fuel. Which they are right now. Earlier, you probably, if you remember, this is a 9,000. I think that's probably because it's like a test, or it's not reading yet. And now it is reading right, so that's good. Alright, let's start getting the plane started. Hydraulics are set, and we also need the auxiliary pump on and that transfer switch on. We need fuel tanks on right here, which is correct. Transponder mode to that one. Or, no, that one. Let's set this to some different number. So why not? Windshield anti-ice is on. Beacon light is on. Parking brake is now... No, don't release it yet. Let's close this out. Exterior. Let's go back to our seat. Cones and that are done. Close the door. Disconnect the jetway. So, goodbye jetway. You can turn off the parking brake. And let's, first let's see. Okay, so I'll push back to the left. Alright, well we're moving back now. It's a little weird. Let's turn the pack switches off, which they are. And let's flick on the engine display. Start the left engine. Flick this one on. I think this aircraft is equipped with FADEX, so I can just flick this on and switch this on and it'll handle itself out. It'll introduce fuel at the right time for me. So, very neat. Here the engine's starting up. And hydraulic pressure low, which is what we need. Or not what we need, but that's the right sign. Oh, that engine sounds beautiful. It sounds just like the real thing. Alright, let's flick this one on and open that on. That's weird. I guess I accidentally clicked there. Okay, we'll stop pushback right here. Set the parking brake. Oh, that startup sound is gorgeous. I love it. TFDi have, I think they did Turbine Sound Studios was one who did the sounds for this aircraft. They did a fabulous job. Alright. Packs can go back on. And the bleed switches are on auto. You can hear that annoying fan go off. APR can go off. Engine generators are on, I believe. Alright, let's make sure we're supplying electrical power. Right, these bus ties are tied, so we can switch the APU off. And we can switch the APU off at this point. You can see the APU goes off the circuit now, and this circuit is powering everything, so... Alright. Parking brakes, we can release. Let's open the config page. And that's 0, and that is flaps 13. Flaps go out very quick on this aircraft, so like that was like what, 2 seconds and it's already done. Spoilers are in position right there. Oops. Hydraulic transfer. Okay, there we go. That's right. And that means we are ready to taxi. So, taxi light on. These engines spool up very slowly, so you have to be very careful. It gets me all the time. So you have to put a lot of thought ahead of where the aircraft will be, how much thrust do you need, and don't give too much. Alright. Getting ready for takeoff. Fun part. And then we can actually fly. They're fairly heavy today, so I might need to add a little extra thrust. Ooh, too much. While we're here, might as well do a test of the system or the flight controls. This is full aileron right, left, green. And as expected, you can't pull the elevator up because the elevator naturally goes down. You can if you look at the config page right here, you can see it's stuck down. The reason is it doesn't really work until you're at a certain speed. So that's why I can't really tell if it's working. Just like the real thing. Head on this taxiway. Taxing at about 7 knots. Let's head outside and take a screenshot. Alright, got a screenshot there. Very nice. We can close the TFDi add-on manager. I think I'll add a little more power, so we could tax a little faster. Man, this nose wheel steering is very sensitive. I'm moving like half a centimeter my joystick, and it's really making it wobble back and forth. So if you're wondering why it's moving back and forth, that would be why. Because I'm basically overcorrecting it, but it's really hard not to, because I can move it just slightly so little, and it's like it's rocketing that way. We're almost there. But I thought, here, I'll show you guys what I mean by the ridiculous engine delay. I'll throttle it up a little bit, and we'll count how long it takes for the engine to spool up. 2, 3. That's 3 seconds before you actually get the power you ask for, which is actually quite a bit. On the 737 too, with the CFM engines, below 40% N1, it's very slow. It spools up very slowly, but past that, it's fine. It's a very responsive engine. It also is a FADEC system, so I think this is FADEC on this aircraft too. Man, I don't remember what that acronym stands for. I used to know, but I think the DEC and the FADEC means digital engine control. Yeah, I don't remember. Alright, so there we can see the runway we're taking off on, so let's head to the end of it. And let me set up the autopilot to follow the FMC. Alright, so we're crossing a runway here. You can tell by those flashing lights. So we'll get our rear end over quickly. I don't have any traffic though, and I'm not flying online, so we should be okay. But it's good practice to kind of get over quickly. I mean, we're only going 17 knots right now on the ground. 19, And your speed limit's about 20 to 25 depending on where you are, so yeah, we're very heavy today, so this aircraft is going to slow down a lot. We'll taxi a little faster now because this is a rather straight section. It's very long because we're taxiing to the end of the runway. At this time, I also set the TCAS to TA/RA. That was like a 5-second delay before I got the power I asked for. I don't know if you could hear it, but I moved it up ever so slightly, and it was like 5 seconds before the engine also moved up ever so slightly. So it really does create an illusion, for me at least, that this plane is underpowered, but really it is quite capable, but the engine just moves so slow. But response, that is so slow to what I asked for. Oh, we lost our flight number here. So let's put that back in. 410. I really should learn or get back into the practice of flying online because it really probably is going to be more fun than this. So alright. We'll slow down a little, take this turn, and head on to the runway because we don't need that much runway. Actually, let's be safe. Because the last 2 times I flew this, I had 0 passengers, and this time I put it at full load, so that means we will need a little more oomph, more room to get where we need to go. So yeah. Alright, I'll extend the landing lights now. I'll turn on the high intensity lights. Floodlights are off. Where's the flight attendant call button? There we go. Forgot which button it was. Let's head on to the runway. That goes on, landing lights go on, and this is on, and we are ready for takeoff. Aha. So exciting. Alright, we are ready to go. Airspeed's alive. $80 knots. approaching V1, V2. Oh, never mind, that is the rotation speed. Pitch up slowly. Alright, positive rate, gear goes up. We'll gently pull up to follow the magenta line to our about 15, I think. No, oh, we want to go steeper. But we can say goodbye to Canada. We are going to Chicago. Now we're losing some airspeed, so I'll push the nose down just a little bit. Going to go through some clouds here. Beautiful weather here right now, but in Chicago it's actually kind of miserable and cold, so we might... Actually, on that note, we should probably consider that for icing, because in real life it's actually... We're on Chicago is a little cold. Yesterday I could see my breath, the condensation. Alright, so now here we are going to push the nose down so we can accelerate. As now that we've climbed above the residents who are going to complain about our noise. As you can see, there they are, the peasants living by an airport. Complaining about noise. Alright, flaps are going up. And we're going to pitch back up a little so we can continue our climb. This really is a neat aircraft to hand fly, so I'll hand fly most of the departure and I'll hand it over to autopilot. Once we're in RVSM, we're actually required to have it in autopilot because above a certain altitude, your flight controls are significantly more delicate because there's less air. So that means one wrong move and you could send the aircraft into an uncontrollable maneuver of sorts, either a dive or a spin. Might as well even stall, so that's why you're required to have autopilot on at RVSM. Let me increase the range on this thing so we can see where we're going and I can actually kind of plan ahead. So RVSM begins at flight level 290, so I'll probably fly it up to the transition altitude and then we'll hand it over to the autopilot. Whoa. Ooh, that's a big issue. That should be on. Alright, so it looks like we might have some tailwinds for a little portion, although it's a little crossed, so... very strong tailwinds, in fact. And actually, no, we won't be enjoying the tailwinds. It'll be perpendicular to our flight route for this section. So we will not be enjoying that luxury. Since about this point it's going to be mostly straight flying, I'll hand it over to the auto flight system. and it will manage the flight and the throttle as well. So I'll pull these back to idle. And as we are approaching our transition altitude of flight level 180.
Stabilizer motion.
Got it. That's a very scary noise. It's just bah. Disarm the spoiler. And handles in the up position. And now we can set the transfer switch off and the auxiliary switch off. Nothing weird, no odd messages are here. And I'm thinking at this point we'll pull it out for standard. Yep. Alright. Oh, you're kidding me. You can see we've got some actually headwinds now, so it won't be smooth flying. Been flying for 6 minutes now. That's my favorite part about this aircraft. They have a clock built into the navigation display, and it starts it for you during takeoff. That's just brilliant. Like, why would you not do that? On this other Boeings, you have to start the clock yourself, and I never remember to do it, so I always never know how long I've been flying. Here it's nice. It tells you 7 minutes now. Alright, so those lights can go off. You can retract the landing lights. Wing nacelle lights go off, I believe. Yep. This is in standard pressure as well. What is this switch? Oh, fuel crossfeed. Okay. Just randomly a big not lever on the throttle quadrant as well. Huh? What is that? It's the fuel transfer switch. Alright. Let's pull up our air, see what kind of air how our passengers will be feeling. So you can see the altitude of the cabin right now is about 2,000, approaching 2,800 feet. So, right, still going up though. We're going up about 500 feet per minute, while the aircraft itself is going up about 1,400 feet per minute. So that's pretty good. When we land, they'll be at about 620. So. I believe that's what it means. Let's check the electrics. Everything seems to be fine. Hydraulic pressure is normal. Engines are running normal. Fuel. Temperatures are good. What is this? Nope. Consequences. That's a funny page. Never had to use it yet. Brake pressure's good, temperature's good. I should have checked the brake pressure before we took off, but that's okay. Yeah, we'll keep this page up, the air, as we fly into miserable cold Chicago. Take a screenshot right here. see, what are some other neat angles I could pick? You can see all this cloud up ahead. Yeah, that's Chicago weather for us right now. A lot of clouds. Alright, let's head back inside the cockpit. Let's put the tablet away. Alright. Okay, so at this point, I'll head off and let the aircraft cruise, because it's pretty straightforward at this point. Once we get to top of descent, I'll probably figure out what our situation is when we land, which runway, or what runway we should expect anyway. So, without further ado, I'll be going AFK. You probably still see me do some things, but generally AFK. How about that? Okay. I'm back. So, we are getting very close to the top of the descent point. So I'll see if I can tune into, midway. See if I can get ATIS. Or even better, I'll just look it up online. KMDW digital ACE. Or you know what? I'll just look up current weather or KMDW HR. Let's see. Winds from the northeast from 20. Okay, so we'll land towards that direction. That's very hot. It's bouncing back and forth. Okay. So let's head on over to our. Oh, let me close window. There we go. Now we should have better FPS. I was doing that window so you guys could kind of see. I don't know. Just trying something. But anyways, flight plan. KMDW star, and let's take runway 04 left. I think that means ILS. And let's open the flight plan PDF. Bagel, we are taking the Pang 3 star transitioning from Bagel. And we'll insert that. Let me open the plan mode, and let's make sure all this makes sense. It's in the flight plan. Oops, wrong way. And then that's Pang. Zoom in a little more. Okay, so it looks like we have to, oh, okay, I see. We're going to have to make a turn there. So this point here is there, so we can delete it when we have confirmation from ATC, which we don't have ATC, so we'll just connect those 2 points. And there's our landing runway. And that looks about right. Go back to the map mode. Our first, so this means we have to be above 4,000. So once we reach the top of the set point, which is where this arrow is after Bagel, is when we'll hit, and it'll start heading down. Cabin pressure seems to be alright. 7,000 feet right now. So that seems about right. Let's open up the checklist, see anything I can do ahead of time before we initiate our descent, or kind of take a preview. Alright. Oh, I need to check the outdoor air temperature, which is 8 degrees Celsius, 8.9 degrees Celsius. So let's check what kind of anti-ice I will need. Okay, so we'll have to switch on all kinds of ice protection stuff during our descent. That's a gorgeous view. But our weather's not so beautiful right now, as you can see. It really is. I don't know if you noticed, but it was kind of, there's lightning all around. Yeah, we're weather's a little rough right now outside. It's thundering a little. Oh, not that menu. Not net menu. Nope. No. I don't think we need this tablet for the rest of the flight, so... oh! Let's do this. You know, a really nifty thing is, there's a screenshot utility built into the aircraft. Like, that's just overdoing themselves. Like, that's crazy. Like, I don't know. It's just blows my mind. Okay. ILS 04 right. Aha. This is so cool how I can put the charts in like that. Oh my god, this screenshot utility just blows my mind. TFDi, you have gone above and beyond with this. Alright, let's take a screenshot of this thing. KMDW, ILS, runway 4 right. There we go. Oh, wow. I am behind. I got distracted by the awesomeness of the tablet. Put that tablet away. This is so cool how I can just put charts like that, bam, in. ATIS is 132.75. And this is so, like, zippy, too. It's very fast. Okay. Mags.
Midway, airport
Landing at part 4 right. Alright, so I picked the right runway. Haha. Okay. Wow, that plane, this descends fast. It already caught up to the right speed there. Or right profile, VNAV profile right there. Alright, so we're going to be approaching Iraq. Awesome, and okay. Let's open the ILS. I believe the ILS auto-tunes itself in here. So okay, we're going to do a flaps 40 because I know it's going to be a pretty short runway, so okay. Turn that on. Ground floodlights go on. I'll leave those off actually. Alright, just chime it really quickly. Let everyone know, get ready for landing, or we're on our descent anyway already, so anti-ice, we'll flick that on and click on those anti-ices, engine anti-ices. Anti-ice all on, yeah, because our weather's pretty cold right now. Dew point is about 6.7. Outside air temperature is about 10 degrees Celsius, 9 degrees Celsius. It's 8.9, so it's about 10. And that means there's a little risk for icing since it's it's about 3 degrees Celsius difference between the two. So I switched all of them on just in case. It comes at the cost of performance, but that's okay. I think I'll be able to handle that, theoretically. Altimeter 300. There we go. Add track, okay. Will do. I was looking up something at the moment and I completely wasn't paying attention. At least we have some headwinds right now, so anyways, let's set our minimums. Minimums are very high. It's 869, so because there's a lot of subdivision. It's very populated around Midway, so if you've ever been there in real life, it's just road, houses, restaurants, commercial district right around you, so it's actually kind of nerve-wracking. You'll see. And like you can drive right by the runways too, so it's not like O'Hare. There's like a huge buffer zone in between runways and the airport of like airport services or like just land or like aviation industry. There's like all the catering buildings for the big airlines and stuff are like a buffer zone, so it's actually really hard to get up close to the fence at O'Hare. In some places it's really easy, other places not. So, but here at Midway, it's like it's fence and road. It's like the roads are like, it's kind of like Milwaukee if I think now that I think about it. So, although Milwaukee is now called Chicago Executive, which is kind of dumb in my opinion, but can't say anything about that. Alright, so this is all set to the lowest restriction, which as you can see right here is 1460 or above. So I'll set it to 1400. Oh, actually our intercept altitude is 2400, so cabin is depressurizing nicely, or never mind. It's not what I meant, but we're at 640 now, and when we land we'll be at 620. Weather's not very friendly, as you can tell. Just taking a quick screenshot. Done. All right, let's get into the game. We'll set out slats. Landing lights go on. Hydraulic transfers are all on. This is really neat here. I thought I'd never really think it'd be a feature I'm using right now, but now it's actually very useful. I love it. And I just have to pull it up, take a screenshot within it, or using the tablet. Like, I don't have to like download it, convert it to, it's just screenshot, done, right there. It's beautiful.
Speed brake. Speed brake.
Got it.
Speed brake.
Alright, I might need to flick on the windshield wipers. I don't know if it's not raining outside here, but I don't know in Midway if it's actually raining. The Chicago weather's weird. You could be raining and we'll drive across to the next town over and it's not raining. So
Altitude.
okay, our next checkpoint is 2400. So we are passing, what is it? Caron, right there, right on time. Oh, hold on. There's one thing I need to remember to do is set the autopilot disengage. There we go. I forgot to set the keybind on my joystick. I always wanted to do it, but let's do it now while I remember, so. Okay. Speed brakes are armed. Everything seems to be right.
Altitude.
All right. Alright, let it intersect the ILS. I think I'm doing it right, let's hope. Should follow that soon. And it is, perfect. Open the config page.
Landing gear. Landing gear. Landing gear. Landing gear. Autopilot. Autopilot. Autopilot.
There we go.
Minimums.
Alright,
Glide
continue.
slope.
Alright, the autopilot wasn't
Glide
quite
slope.
working, so
Glide slope.
I just
Glide
took
slope.
over control there.
Glide slope. Glide slope.
I mean, I have visual,
500.
so I should be okay.
$400. 300.
You can see there's houses all around.
200.
Glide slope. Glide slope.
100.
Glide slope. Glide slope. Glide
Some
slope.
crosswind.
40. 30. 20. 10. 5.
Oh, hold on. Running out of runway. Okay, the thrust reversers are not engaged for some reason, so I was figuring that out and I didn't realize I was running out of runway that fast. Oh, that was a little scary. I saw the piano tiles and I was like, oh no, no, no. There's another thing I forgot is there's no auto brake on this aircraft, so I have to manually apply them. Alright, that's okay. Hopefully our passengers won't mind rapid braking. I sincerely apologize for that. But let's start the APU. Welcome to Chicago. Start pump on. Let's get a screenshot. Here we are at Midway. don't freeze, don't crash. Alright, P3D is frozen right now. That's a little concerning. No, so close. We are literally about to pull into the parking gate. Or pull into the gate. And P3D is about to crash. I think it's dead. Oh, no, it's... No! Yep. So close. Oh, no. No. Yeah, P3D kind of just gave up at the end. It was very lagging pretty badly, too, so I think... yeah. But anyways, thanks for joining in. That was a very eventful landing. But we somewhat got through. Thanks for joining, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.